Robotics is no longer a question of if, it's a question of scaling it commercially. So, how do you get from pilot programs to real world deployment at scale? Today, we're looking at how one company is making just that transition and what it means for revenue, margins, and growth. I'm joined by Ried Floco, President and Director of Nightfood Holdings, operating through Techforce Robotics. Ried, welcome to the watch list.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
And we're so glad to have you. So, Ried, with pilot programs now completed and demand accelerating, you've entered into a strategic manufacturing agreement with Foxconn and New Robotics, a major step toward commercialization. So, how quickly do you expect to scale production from here? And what key milestones should investors be watching over the next 12 to 24 months?
Yeah, no, we're very excited to announce our tri-party agreement with New Robotics and Foxconn, who's one of the largest manufacturers in the world. With New as our joint development partner, leading product design and engineering, and Foxconn being the contract manufacturer, we're now positioned to transition from pilot validation to actually scaling production and implementation. New brings a proven track record. They've been doing this a long time. They have delivered over 35,000 robots globally. So this allows us to, de-risk our execution of deployment and accelerate our ability to get to the market in a timely manner. So I would imagine, over the next 6 months, you're going to see our initial production runs, taking our pilot programs that we currently have, moving them into revenue generating contracts. And then from 6 months on, as we continue to work with the team, we'll be able to expand our lineup, our SKUs, what we can offer our clients. And then ultimately, long term, it's all about revenue generation, revenue growth, and consistency. This partnership is a key inflection point for us. It's very rare to have such a diverse and strong background to be joined with us and be able to move that forward. We're excited.
And as you move into that scaling phase, protecting long-term value becomes critical. So you've retained exclusive ownership of your intellectual property. How does that strengthen your competitive mode as you enter full commercial deployment?
Yeah, we're based here in California in the United States. And so we develop and code our own software and a good amount of our hardware. So what this allows us to do now is to get the best of both worlds, being able to pull it all together and scale what we've developed with the knowledge and background of Nuwa and the strength of Foxconn behind it. So we can now go out and continue to advance our products and deliver it.
And when it does come to scaling, what really matters is predictable financial performance. So how will expanding your robotics-as-a-service model impact revenue visibility and margins as adoption grows?
Yeah, I agree. The challenge with robotics today and what it's historically been is the uncertainty. So what we've introduced through the RaaS model, which is a subscription agreement, we now come in as support to your team. So we develop, implement, train your team, all the robots that we put in the facility. We are there as a support to help manage them so that the customer doesn't have to go learn robot. They don't have to go learn how to do the technology. They don't have to take the risk with buying a device, a robot, let's say hardware, trying to figure out software. We're able to sit there and do that for them and provide them a predictable monthly subscription fee that can expand as well. So let's say they have busier times in their business, we can always implement additional robotics. If they have slower seasons, we can back them down. So it provides predictability and scalability for customers who normally would not be able to implement robots.
So it sounds like we're really marking a shift here from validation to execution, where scaling production, protecting IP, and building recurring revenue streams will define the company's next phase of growth. Ried, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Once again, that is Ried Floco, President and Director of Nightfood Holdings. For more on Techforce Robotics and its platform, visit techforcerobotics.com. That's all for this episode of The Watch List. I'm Ricky Lee. Make good choices today.